And now it's time for another short video. I'll make this one quick too. Um, with everything going on, the absolute lawlessness at the top, of our country, our government, besides it being sickening, I mean, things are just becoming more and more ripe for people to really start standing up and physically changing things if they have to. However, it's going to take a lot more pain before people do that, as far as history tells us. But it's an interesting article. I got this off of dcclothesline.com. I mentioned a couple articles from them before. They were pretty good. But it's a good point. This lady named Daisy Luther, author of this article, makes a valid point. It's just something that people need to keep in the back of their mind. Congressional testimony. If the government is not constrained by law, it is our revolutionary right to overthrow it, says this article. If you had a chance to make a difference by speaking to the U.S. Congress, would you hold back, or would you go all out and make what is possibly one of the best speeches ever heard on that floor? Would you go hard, or would you go home? Michael F. Cannon, and this is a couple years ago, by the way, that he did this, 3 years ago, actually. Michael F. Cannon went hard, really, really hard. Cannon is the author of Healthy Competition, What's Holding Back Healthcare and How to Free It, and the director of health policy studies for the Cato Institute. Quote, a public policy research organization dedicated to the principles of individual liberty, limited government, free markets, not rigged, and last but not least, peace. Not war, not fake terrorism events, not fake shootings, not hoaxes, just peace. People getting along with each other, etc. And one of the best sources of information around, in my opinion, she says. He recently testified to the United States Congress about Obamacare. Here is just a little bit of what he had to say. And he also had another one in 2013 where he talks about the right to overthrow the government, should they get more out of hand. They as in the government. But recently he said, during a congressional committee hearing about the constitutional limits imposed on the presidency and the implications of President Barack Obama's disregard for implementing the Affordable Care Act as written, one expert testified that the consequences of the president's behavior were potentially grave. He said that the precedent set by Obama could eventually lead to an armed revolt against the federal government. On Tuesday, which I'm assuming that was last week, Michael Cannon, Cato Institute's director of health policy studies, testified before a congressional committee about the dangers of the president's legal behavior. There is one last, quote, there is one last thing to which the people can resort if the government does not respect the restraints that the Constitution places on the government, Cannon said. Abraham Lincoln talked about our right to alter our government or our revolutionary right to overthrow it. That is certainly something that no one wants to contemplate, he continued. If the people come to believe that the government is no longer constrained by the laws, then they will conclude that neither are they. That is a very dangerous sort of thing for the president to do, to wantonly ignore the laws, Cannon concluded, to try to impose obligation upon the people that the legislature did not approve. Is it just me, or do you hear an inspiring patriotic soundtrack playing softly in the background of this speech? It really is that good. And the title was this is the one from 2013. Expert testifies to Congress that Obama ignoring laws could lead to overthrow of the government. Cannon is not alone. Now, let me back up. We're not even close to that yet. The sheeple people, no. No, things got to get a lot worse before that even comes into a thought of most people. Cannon is not alone in his fervent belief that the current administration is overstepping all legal and political boundaries. During the Obama reign, he has led the country down the path to socialism and economic collapse. Just take a look at Venezuela if you want to see how well socialism works. He has been at war for longer than any other president, ever. He signed the Trans-Pacific Free Trade Agreement, the DARC Act, and the Monsanto Protection Act, all despite enormous outcry from the people. The list of transgressions against Americans could go on and on. Of course, he isn't alone in this war on freedom. Members of Congress sold out to the special interest groups and allowed this stuff to go on. But with the misnamed Affordable Care Act, he instituted a forcible extortion from every American and destroyed the insurance industry as it was. The price of the monthly payments keeps going up for the middle class, and the care that is covered continues to go down. I can testify to that in 1 second. By the time families get finished paying the deductible and something is actually covered, they're still on the hook for about 40% of the bill, plus anything the policy doesn't cover. The rage in the United States is building as people begin to see what is really happening in Washington, D.C., and Cannon's words just might be prophetic. So I'm going to post this link to the site, and it's about a minute-long video where he testifies, it looks like in front of Trey Gowdy. That's who that is. But speaking of the price of the monthly payments, healthcare, keep going up, and the care that is covered continues to go down. Now, you know, many of you, and I'm going to gladly tell this story to all my new subscribers who haven't heard me tell it yet. In 2009, I was running on a treadmill. And first, let me offer you a piece of advice. If you have been sitting down or barely walking, barely getting outside to do anything exercise-wise, and like a decade or more has gone by and you haven't really been exercising, not a good idea to just go out and start running or jogging right off the bat or jumping on a treadmill and running. You need to walk and walk and walk, get your feet, get your muscles, get all that stuff back to working and feeling your weight, building up some muscle in your feet. Then you can go on to a jog, then a run or whatever if you prefer. That's my personal advice. I went straight into running. And I think when I was running on a treadmill, I was getting tired. I'm like, I just got a little bit further to go, a little bit for a little bit longer. And I wasn't wearing running shoes. I was wearing those shoes called Vans, and they're just a flat shoe, you shouldn't be running in those, honestly, but I was, and I remember my foot, because I'm getting tired and my feet are wanting not to lift up and, is easy. I kind of remember that slamming down a bit hard on the treadmill, if I recall, but it didn't hurt. Next day I'm going to bed that night. Wake up, next day I go to work. Excuse me. And I get out of my car, just start walking across the parking lot like I do every day. And I took one step, and it was just, I don't even know if it was a pop or just an instant pain, but it was like, oh my God, my foot hurt so bad. I couldn't wear my left shoe when I was, besides getting in and out of my car or going home or whatever, sit down on the couch, take my shoe off, get into work, take my shoe off. It hurt really bad. And when I was driving, I couldn't even leave it on. So pretty quickly I had I went to the walk-in clinic. They didn't do an MRI yet, but they did a, what do you call it? X-ray. Jesus, I can't even think straight. X-ray. And everything's fine. I don't see anything wrong. There's no, your bones are fine. There's no little crack or nothing, nothing's wrong. I'm like, well, something's wrong because it hurts bad. And I couldn't wiggle my toe anymore either. So I thought something snapped off my toe, tendon or just something. That was my own theory. And I didn't have insurance then. Got an MRI done, it showed something there. There was a mark on the MRI. Okay, it's like if this is my toe, it's like right in here, kind of closer to my pinky toe side, but like in here. So I get the problem, how much it could be for, surgery or whatever I need to do. Well, first, I'll go to the doctor's office. Keep in mind the entire thing, everything I tell you, I did not have insurance. Go in the doctor's office. It's a foot doctor, a podiatrist. And, well, I need to give you cortisone shots first. Because I'm already doing my research on the computer. Man, I think if I've got a foot neuroma, which it sounds like I might, that means an inflamed nerve. is very aggravated, you can do alcohol injection shots and it will actually kill off the nerve. In many cases, not always, and sometimes you have to go back again, but anyways, doc, can we do these alcohol injections? No, I have to do cortisone first. What do you mean you have to? Well, that's the standard practices for insurance claims. Okay, well, I'm not here for insurance, so you don't have to necessarily follow that. Can we just go, no, I still do it the same way. Okay. How many shots do I need before we determine this isn't going to do anything? Probably a couple shots. Okay. So I don't know what they were, $60, $70 a shot, I think. Maybe more than that. Yeah, doc, nothing's happening here. Okay. Now let's go to the alcohol injection shot. And didn't really seem to help either. Did a few of those. No. So I'm like, all right, can I just, next step is probably an MRI, right? Yes. Okay. Can I just go ahead and get that done now without waiting for you to finish the next 1 or 2 shots you have to do? Yeah, go ahead. All right. So I go get that. There's something there. Okay. Alcohol shots aren't doing it, etc. So that was around the time we moved to Tennessee. I thought I could just live with it, whatever. No, now that I was in the restaurant with my boss, starting a new restaurant up over there, which I don't do that. I'm normally an IT guy, but I was looking for a reason to get out of Florida and go to Tennessee. I'm on my feet more. It's really aggravating. Okay, we realize we're not staying. We're going back to Florida. When I get back to Florida, I'm going to get this taken care of. So got back to Florida, saw a doctor. He says, all right, let's go ahead and schedule surgery, an exploratory surgery to see what's in there. He says, but I'm not going to do it. I'm getting older now. My hands are a little more shaky. There's some young doctors, one of our other branches in Brandon. They'll do it. I said, okay, no problem. And that's great because I actually live in Brandon. That's even closer. Great. So go over there, meet with the doctor. She's a female, maybe my age or, close to it, somewhere in the 30s, And last thing I know, he gave her the paperwork. She's looking at it. Everything's good. Let's go do this. Let's schedule it. Okay. We schedule it. And, so she puts me under and they cut out my nerve as if it was a foot neuroma. So I wake up and ask, well, did you see anything? She said, no, honestly, your nerve looked fine. I didn't see a neuroma. It didn't look inflamed or at all, but I just went ahead and cut it out anyways. I'm thinking, something tells me it's not going to be right. And I'm looking at the scar where it was. I'm like, well, it's kind of, she's cut where her, brain is telling her, I'm cutting a nerve out today. This is where my incision's going to be. I'm thinking, I thought this was supposed to be exploratory surgery. And the MRI shows a little mark on there. And where your incision is, it's not quite where I think it would be. It needs to be over to the left a little more if it were to line up above this mark. But whatever. So a month goes by. Okay, take the stitches out. Wait another, 2 weeks, a month. Doc, aside from now being a little numb down there because of the nerve being gone, I still got the problem. All right, so I'm going in for doctor, checkup back on me. And, well, yeah, we could schedule another surgery, or whatever. I said, well, but, when you went in there, weren't you doing an exploratory surgery? I thought, didn't the MRI say that it might be a neuroma or a ganglion cyst? No, it didn't. I don't recall that. I think it just said that, possible foot neuroma. I said, Doc, I think it said it might be a cyst too, though. Do you have the chart still? Yes, I do. I'll go grab it. Oh, yeah, it does say that. Yeah, it does say it could be or a ganglion cyst. Okay. I'm sitting there in shock. You cut my nerve out of my foot, and there was nothing wrong with it. And you didn't even look where the mark was. You didn't even think to look because in your mind, I'm cutting the nerve out. That's what the MRI says. And the MRI actually says it might be a ganglion cyst. So I said, so what do we do? Well, we could schedule another surgery. Try to get, go back in there and get that out. I said, all right, well, am I going to have to pay again? Oh yeah, you'll have to pay a second time. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can't afford it right now. I'll have to get back with you on that. Okay. Interesting. Fantastic healthcare. And I'm paying out of pocket. great. So I lived with it for a little while longer. And then 2015 rolls around, and it's the end, like November, October, really November, December. And for whatever reason, there's just so many videos. I'm doing all these videos, and I'm noticing I'm doing like 2 a day religiously, and then maybe on the weekend I'll do 1 or 2. And I see in my YouTube account, because it tells you how much money you earn off the ads and stuff daily and whatever. It's about 3 days behind, but it tells you, what you've made this month. I start seeing a nice little chunk. I'm like, man, this thing might be able to start helping me pay my rent, getting close to paying my rent. Wow, if I could keep doing this every month, this is fantastic. I'm doing this anyways. This is a bonus. People watch these ads and I get a little, man, this is great. So I was able to save up a little quicker than I thought I could for the surgery. Right? So my foot's still hurting. This is, again, 2015. Wow, this YouTube thing's actually helping. It's great. Which, by the way, all of you watching, thank you so very much. And I'm realizing, do I want to save up and have her do it again? No way. I need to do something else. But then I'm realizing, again, it's the end of the year. This extra YouTube income, etc. I can afford health insurance, at least for myself. Not the whole family. I can't afford that. I'll get health insurance. It's at the end of the year. Perfect timing. It's renewal time. I'll sign up at work. And I'll have all year long, if I got to go back for another surgery, which I am, and then one after that, maybe they didn't, whatever, I'll got to do 2 surgeries. Hey, I got a whole year to deal with this. Great. My wife says, man, you should just call my doctor and Dr. Andrade in Mexico, man. Yeah. I was like, yeah, but what if they do something that doesn't fix it? I got to pay again, and it's not going to be their fault. That's why I want to get health insurance. I can just go back. Yeah, okay. So I do it. Man, I sign up pretty quick, right? And, I had to move in January, February, whatever. So I think I was keeping you guys up to date around March or so, whatever it was. Or, I'm like, I got to take care of this foot. I got to do it now. Start making, I'm not going to that lady, that's for sure. Let me pick her another person out of this. I call my main doctor. Who do you recommend? Oh, here's a guy. Okay, I'll go to him. Go down there. Guy's got an attitude immediately. Just probably with everybody. Older guy, older doctor. So why are you here today? Well, I got a pain in my foot when I step down. It's in between my pinky toe and the next toe, but it's definitely inside the foot, not like the top or the bottom, but like in the middle. But when I step down, that's when it hurts. Okay. I said, on a real bad day, I can feel a sensation up my leg and into my left buttocks. It's not painful, but it aggravates. That's on a bad day. On a good day, that doesn't happen, but my foot still hurts. My foot's always hurting. How about your nerves? Do you have any problems with your nerves? Like you sure it's not your lower back, lower spine, like by your tailbone? That's not where it's coming from? No, it's definitely not. It's definitely stemming from my foot because it radiates from that foot and goes up. Yeah, but you've got your nerve endings that they go from there. So I need to send you off to a specialist, to a nerve specialist. I wanted you to have some nerve tests done. I'm thinking to myself, no, that's not what I want done. I want you to just do some surgery. But I didn't say anything. Okay. Haven't had that done yet. I already know how this is going to end, but okay. Insurance is paying some of it at least, right? That's like I'll pay a little bit out of pocket. All right. Scheduled me to go down there. The doctor comes in. The girl, his assistant or whatever, she'd already run the test on me. He comes in to look at the chart and look at stuff. And he's aggravated about how many people they're seeing, and they keep shoving more people in. I can't take this many people. There's too many people, and he's aggravated. And I'm sorry for venting in front of you. I'm like, it's no sweat. It's cool. But I'm thinking to myself, I'm just another person in line. Get this guy out of here next. But at least it was an easy test. Yep, nothing's wrong here. We'll go ahead and fax that back to your doctor. Okay. Do I want to go back to this doctor? Now, before I got the test done, I had asked him, the doctor, not the one that did the test, but the one that had an attitude. And I said, so can we assume for a minute, let's just say that the test comes back fine. No issues. What would you suggest next? What do you think? Well, Have you ever thought of, have you ever done any physical therapy? Like physical therapy on my foot where the pain is? Yes. No, I haven't like gone anywhere to do anything, but I mean, I walk on it. Always walking on it. Okay. Yeah, let's get that test done, and we'll go from there. Okay. Test is done. I'm not even calling your ass back. Let me find another doctor. Go to another doctor. Nice guy. Didn't have an attitude problem. Looks at my chart, looks at the MRI. I've got 2 MRIs for you to look at, by the way. Yep, both of them show the same spot. I see it. Yeah, okay. My sister, she had surgery in her foot 3 times. She can't have it done anymore. So much scar tissue. She just has to live with it. Have you ever done any vitamin B12 shots? No, he didn't say vitamin. Have you ever done any, you already said you did the alcohol and the quarters. Yeah, I did that. That was way in the beginning. Okay, you already gone through that. Okay. How about the B12? Have you done any B12? Threw me off. I'm like, B12, like vitamin? I'm thinking vitamin B12? So I was almost embarrassed to ask, but I was like vitamin B12? Yes. Haven't done that yet, but I'm just curious, what is shooting vitamin B12 in my foot? Like, what would that do? What do you think? Well, it has good, helps, things heal and things, things like that. It helps wounds and things like that heal a little better. What about surgery? You don't think you can do like an exploratory surgery? Yeah, I don't know if you're gonna find any doctor who's gonna want to go back in there, especially a second time. Maybe you just may have to deal with this some other way. I said, yeah, doc, I'll be honest, I've been living with this since 2009. I've tried, as you can see, I've tried everything. And the one doctor, she's supposed to do exploratory surgery. She goes and cuts my nerve out, and there's nothing wrong with it. And then I ask her, like, what about the rest of the thing? It said there might be a cyst in there, and she just didn't even know. Oh yeah, I guess there might have been. I didn't know that. Like she didn't know it before. I mean, if that's what it might be, the latest MRI I have says the same thing. It might be a cyst. You can't just go in there and, no, where that's at, I'm like, what about at the bottom? I mean, can you no one ever cuts in from the bottom. You have to go from the top. All right, but you can't just get in there. Yeah, I don't think I'd want to do a surgery like that either. Okay. All right, thanks, doc. I've had insurance. The whole time I'm paying insurance, fee, visit, doctor visit, mail. The fee was, we thought it was this fee. You owe $27 more. Oh, another bill, $22, a little higher fee than we thought. Evelyn, write a check, please, to get these freaking things on my face. Evelyn, call your doctor. I've had it. Call your doctor in Mexico. Now I'm angry. I'm stuck paying for medical insurance the rest of this year. Every week, cha-ching, cha-ching out of my check. All these visits, I had to pay something too. And I can't even get them to do the damn work. I actually have insurance that is okaying it every time I ask. Company insurance, of course. The authorizations are actually allowing. Now, of course, we didn't get to the surgery part yet. That might have been a roadblock, but I can't even get to that point. They don't even want to do it. They won't do it. All right, Evelyn, call them. I've had it. Okay, I've got 1 week of vacation left till June, like 24th or 5th. Scheduled for the early June. I'll use all 5 days I got left, and I'll make it so I can get there on Monday. Fly over, to San Diego, go over there, cross the border. Monday, Tuesday morning, they'll do the surgery. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, he can make sure I'm okay, whatever, and then go back. Come back Saturday. All right, yeah, tell them to come. So, all right, scheduled it, got the day off, I'm going out. I'm in line, talking to people in line, getting our tickets situated, checking in, and people are talking. What are you doing? I'm going to San Diego to go to Mexico. I got to get a foot surgery done. Whoa, you're going to Mexico? You're going to Mexico to get a foot surgery? Pfft, good luck with that, says this girl. I said, yeah, there's like world-class doctors across the border in Tijuana. There's world-class. World-class? Yeah. MS, multiple sclerosis? Yeah. My wife had that. She went over there. They did stem cell therapy, illegal in the U.S. This is like over 10 years ago. Cured her almost instantly. Never had a symptom come back to date. Wow, in Mexico. Then they look at you, with the zombie face. Because now their matrix or their truth has just been questioned. I thought America was the greatest. I thought we had the best healthcare. I thought we had the best doctor. You freaking went across the border? Yep. Then the flight gets canceled because there's a problem on the runway. We're on the runway. Flight gets canceled. It's late at night. Evelyn, I hate to wake you up and wake the kids up. Pick me up. And then tomorrow, I'll drive my car back and leave it in long-term parking. And I got to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning to make this happen. What is your doctor going to do? I'm now going to be gone, not there, and the day I'm supposed to be there. He said, go ahead and come anyways. They will make it happen. I'm not coming on the day. I'm coming a day later, and they will make it happen. Yep. Wow. Okay. Got on the plane Tuesday instead of Monday. Get there. Daughter picks me up from the airport. I have to have me some Mexican food. We start talking about Mexican food. She said, I know a really good place. I said, listen, if you're willing to stop, I'm willing to buy for sure. And I'm going to give you some gas money anyways for picking me up. Gave her like $60. And I'm going to take you out to lunch to, just because I got to get some Mexican while I'm here. Mexican food. So I ate, she ate, 2 drinks, $8. Wow. Anyways, hotel, rest here. Tomorrow morning, my father will pick you up at, 7 a.m. sharp, whatever, no problem. I get down there. He picks me up. He takes me to the surgeon, to his office. They're speaking Spanish, obviously, but he can speak English, so he's translating, asking questions, and I'm answering them. And okay, yep, they have a plan. Okay, let's go back to the surgery center room back here. Does the doctor's office, look like a doctor's office in America? No. Doctor's office in America looks a little bit nicer. Okay, but who cares how nice something looks like? I'd rather have someone with some good skills, a knowledgeable doctor, working on me in a freaking cardboard box than going to this pristine, beautiful surgery center. You can't even go to the doctor's office here and get it done. You have to go to a surgery center. Oh, we got to pay them a huge fee just to use our surgery center for 2 hours. Doctor fee, the guy who puts you to sleep, I'm about to say neurologist, whatever the hell they are, the gas mask dude, give him a fee. Everybody gets a fee. I'll go to Mexico. Do I not go to sleep mask or nothing? Oh, no. Your foot, shot. You feel nothing. Trust me, feel nothing. I'm scared. I'm not gonna lie. I'm scared. I'm terrified. Well, man, I hope he's right. I hope they didn't miss a shot. You just cut something and missed a shot. I need more. But as he said, they put me back there. Okay, here we go. Can you feel that? Yeah, I can feel it, but it doesn't hurt. I can feel pressure. Okay, no problem. Good. How about this? Nope. How about that? Nope. Okay, here we go. Yep. You still okay? Yep. Okay. They're cutting into it now. They see some things they're going to get rid of. Okay. He's taking pictures with his phone. Toot, toot, toot. Bringing his phone to me. See that right there? Yeah, you see that? Yeah, they're going to move that. And they're going to cut right there. Okay, cool, yeah. While they're doing it. He's got a cell phone, snap a shot. Here you go. Check this out. Okay. Yep. Okay. They think they got it. So he shows me what they pull out. Yeah. Do we see this like a cyst or something? Yeah. That's what it looks like here. And this other thing here, the other surgery you had at the top, they scar tissue. He goes, they got rid of this extra scar tissue. Okay. Thanks. Oh, cool. Sewed me back up. Back to the hotel. Of course, I pay him cash money. Boom, boom, boom. Here you go. A little bonus for you, Doc, as well, because you hooked me up with these people. There you go. Back to the room. That night, hey, if you need it rewrapped, if it bleeds through or anything, call downstairs to my office. His office is right downstairs. Not the surgeon, but his office. I'll have one of the girls rewrap you. Okay. Later that night, yeah, I do see a little blood leaking through. Call down. She takes care of me. It dried up at that point anyways. It didn't bleed anymore. Go back to the room. He comes up later. I ate dinner. Comes up later. Everything good? I said, yeah, I feel good. He says, look, it looks good. No problems. If I know it's Wednesday, but if you want to leave tomorrow and you can get a flight, you don't have to stay. Excuse me. I said, well, that sounds good to me. Evelyn, fix my flight tomorrow. Okay, boom, done. Get on a plane. His wife took me that time back to the airport. Got on plane, made it home. Got in my car, made it home. And I've been recovering for like the past. It's been almost 3 months to the date, almost since I had the surgery. And I told everybody I'm going to do this video. I'm going to do the video when I know with absolute certainty that this problem is solved. Because I'm going to be fair, and I'm not going to just badmouth the American doctors to do it. I have to be fair. And it's been healing, and there was one day, actually 2 days, where I thought I felt the old feeling. And it went up my leg a little bit. I was like, oh shoot. I laid down on my bed on my side, and I felt it. I was like, oh, man. Not even the money part, just I want to fix this. I'm like, oh, no. And then it went away, and it hasn't come back. But I've been having a little bit of pain in the foot, not the same pain as I had before, but like it's healing. Like there's a giant cut in there, and it's been healing. That kind of pain. So I'm like, well, that's okay, because that's different. And maybe it really is healing, but I'm like, man, it's been almost 3 months. Of course, I'm walking on it and trying not to put pressure on that side, trying to, as I walk, put it on the right side of that foot. And literally over the last, matter of fact, not even the last 2 days, today, I could start telling yesterday, like, man, my foot's feeling kind of, foot feels kind of okay. I feel it, hurts a little bit, but man, I think it healed some more. So then today, I had my regular shoes on, like I went to work. My friend noticed, hey, you look like you're walking almost normal. I said, yeah, I'm not trying to do anything different, but yeah, I feel like it's getting a little bit better, a little bit more. So today, right before I did this video, as a matter of fact, and the video before this one, I mentioned we had that virtual reality thing, the HTC Vive. It's really cool. It's expensive, but it's really cool. And my wife's like, oh, you got this little zombie training game. It's really cool. It was cute. Kids could play it too. But you got to blast the zombies, and you got some grenades and some little propane tanks, and you only have a few, and you got some meat. In case the zombies get too close, you throw the meat out, and they go chase it like dogs, and you shoot them and blow them up. It's fun. It's entertaining, and some decent exercise. You're doing stuff with your hands, moving, shoot, this, that, grab stuff, throw it. So I'm like, my face is getting sweaty, my head's getting sweaty. I'm like, man, heart's beating. I'm like, man, cool. I just had a lot of fun. I didn't want to stop, but I'm like, man, I gotta get my 2 videos out of the way. I'm wasting time. The peeps need the videos tomorrow, man. So I came in here. I don't know if you can notice, at least on my first video, a little sweat, a little shininess to my face or my forehead. But so that's what I was doing but before this. But I get into these videos though, and it's like, start talking about healthcare. I got to keep it real, but I still, honestly, as much as I just covered in this one video about my situation, I can't give the 100% approval yet because it's still not there, but it's close. And after today, it started feeling like there's some light at the end of the tunnel, finally. So I'm like, oh my God, what if what I feel right now is the way it's going to be? Well, at least it's not going up my leg. I don't have to deal with that anymore. But man, I can't really walk for a long period of time because it really gets aggravated. Am I going to need a handicap sticker? Am I going to, like having all these thoughts? But at least it's not like it was, and it's definitely better. I'm coming to terms with what it may be. And then today happened. My foot feels pretty good. Roll to the left a little bit. Man, it really feels pretty good. So we may, just may, have the sucker fixed up. I'm going to say maybe in a month from now, one more month maybe, if it continues as it is now, I should know for sure. Yep, the Mexican doctors took care of business. And when I know for sure, that's when I will do the official video titled something like American Doctors versus Mexican Doctors. And I'll retell my story again in case anyone's searching the internet or YouTube or Google about, oh, I heard about Mexican doctors, and then, oh, what is this video? American Doctors versus Mexican Doctors. Let me check that out. Never ever hearing of me. Who the hell's Jason for? I have no idea. But then they get to hear my full video. Not me talking about, the DC Clothesline article and then getting into it. But I do enjoy sharing that story because a lot of new people wonder, what do I do about my health? Where should I go? I'm not happy either. So keep in mind the story about my wife and the MS. If anyone wants the information to that doctor for whatever issues you may have, just hit me up at realistnews.net, the little contact link on that website, my website. It will come to my email, and I will respond with his contact information, which is completely public information, but I will email it to you if you need it. Every now and then I get someone, hey, Joe, that MS doctor, can you send me that? No problem, man. Here you go. Hopefully, whatever issues you or your family have, hopefully the guy takes care of you and fixes it, But that is it, my friends. Take care.